I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, no, this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on. Cause society's a myth, put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit. want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. No pain for their disease. Just like a weed, spreading through the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood. But then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon. It can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous, is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing all our minds and put the work in. We got some work, man. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass halfway. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone. Just wanna break, no, I'm not gonna give in. Take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin. Never get lost when thoughts pull you in. I miss the old you, we died with a purpose. All the energy around me felt nervous, scared I would pop off fast to the surface. Had to cut it off before you made me worthless. Torn apart, I've been torn and scarred. I had a given art, but now I'm thinking smart. I'm keeping up my guard, I'm hiding every card. A royal flush of love, you never know what's hard. With a back to the mat, gonna see where I'm at. I'ma fight like I'm mad, I'ma be something that they can never be me. Nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty. I started to go. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off. Find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through.
What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode. My name is TradeFly, bringing some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. Man, it is red AF out there. I'm sorry. I am sorry. And you know what? I'm sorry for being late too. I was playing a little bit of golf and had a couple brews. So guess what? You guys get TradeFly with a little bit of post-golf brews. So good luck, man. I hope you guys do good. I'm just gonna say buy it all. Anyways, straight up, let's say what's up to everybody in the chat. Hope everyone is doing well out there. We got Alexander G in the house, of course. I think someone beat you to it though. I think Squid was in the house first. What up, dude? Thank you for being here. Much appreciated. And of course, Alexander G, the best mod in all of the space, no doubt about that. We got the House of Trades official. What up, man? Hey, if y'all are looking for a little love on the exchanges, you might hit up my man, the House of Trades. He might have something for you. There you go, man. I'm helping you out, bro. All right, B Team Crypto, what up, bro? Good to see you in the chat, of course. He's the super mod in the Discord as well. Don't F with him. He will kick you out. All right, scrolling down a little bit more. We got Mike Play in the house. What up, bro? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope all is well. And here we go. All right, it's time. It's time to get flowing. Ain't much of you in the chat, but that's all right. That's all right. We're going to keep it going. The bubbles, of course, nothing is populating because why would it? I will get this fixed ASAP. Boom. Crypto bubbles. All right. Red AF, like I said. All right. XMR getting beat up 16.5% in the negative. CC is diverging from the market. That's at 12.9. We got River at 16.6. That is up. Looking okay. Looking okay. Everything else, man, not good. We're talking 5-7%. On average in the red. Not that great, but don't you worry. We are coming to a key level, and we will look at that when we get to the charts here. Total market cap, we'll look at that. That's a 3.02 trillion, right? So not so bad. It's down 4.19%. That is bad, but we're still over that 3 trillion mark. We've talked about that quite a bit. Problem is, I would venture to say that Bitcoin dominance probably going up a little bit, 59.2%. I think it was at 58.9 last time we talked about it. What does that mean? More of the money's flowing to Bitcoin as a safe haven, vice some of the altcoins. Fear and greed index is at 42 neutral. Altcoin season getting pummeled at 27. Bitcoin 89,641, down 3.79%. That's not good. Ethereum 29.98. That is down 6.92%. Yikes. All right, yikes. Not so good. Anyways, so the market is down. However, we are getting to some key levels. I got two main spots for you guys to look at today for some potential bounces where we might be able to jump on some trades, potentially. Understand that we are going to be going a little bit of inverse of what the momentum is right now of the trend. So we're going to have to be in, out, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Take the money and run kind of trades is what we'll be looking at, because right now the trend is starting to point down after we went up to about 98,000 there for Bitcoin, which was a really key level for us, and we have been talking about that here on the show for quite some time. 98 to 100k was really my line in the sand. I made that public. I said that on multiple shows as well as this show, and that is about where we rejected and we started formulating this new downtrend. Now, there's also a lot going on in the world, all right? Macroeconomics. Trump is acting a fool. He's trying to take over all kinds of countries. I mean, he wants Greenland, he wants Venezuela. Yeah, man, that's not generally good for business in terms of investing, so that makes things a little bit weird. All good. All right, let's go ahead and go over to our first little bit of news, and we're going to bring out my man, Elmer Fudd. You know what we got to do. Sound the siren. Let's get it. Here we go. Peter Schiff says A U.S. financial crisis worse than 2008 is coming this year. So let me tell you, fam. Let me tell you. Okay. Yes, bad. Also can be an opportunity. Okay. So last time, 2008, 2009 timeframe, that's when I went hard in the paint on Apple. Okay. So if you have dry powder, and we are going to hit something they're comparing to 2008, which not necessarily the case for something like Apple. Apple has, doubled. But if there's things that you are interested in investing in, and we go through a financial crisis, that is the time where you start looking at, okay, you know what? I'm cool with throwing, let's say 1,000, right? Your going in rate is $1,000. You may start thinking about increasing that a little bit. Like for me, it's like, okay, maybe I'll be comfortable with maybe going a little 2x on that. Why? Because if you look at the trajectory of the market, especially if you look at the S&P and the NASDAQ, right? What does it typically do? Over time, it typically goes up and right. All right. So like if you look at, what is it? I think it's like a 13-year period or something along those lines for, so like I think the S&P, like you can't lose. So just start looking at that and invest in stuff that is going to be here in 10 years, right? That's what I'll say. Like I'm not going to tell you where to invest your money. I'm not going to give you that. Like that's going to be up to you to DYOR, do your own research and all that. But the ones that you know are going to be around, Apple, Google, some of those kind of companies, ones that will be here in 10 years, it's probably a good time to start looking at, using some of that dry powder, especially when we start getting into that point where all of the news articles are negative. Everything looks red. You get these down arrows. You get Peter Schiff saying there's going to be a financial crisis. All of that stuff is usually an indicator of don't be scared out of the market. Don't sell off. It's actually time to accumulate. It's the inverse of what they're feeding you, because the narrative that they feed you is to back the fuck up and get out. Sorry for my language, but it's really trying to tell you, it's trying to scare you out of the market. What are the institutions going to do? They're going to double down. So play with the smart money. When stuff gets weird, I'm really trying not to curse. When stuff gets weird is the time that you think about going a little bit harder in the paint, because I guarantee you that institutional investment, big money, smart money, that's what they're going to do, right? So when you're the most scared, that's when they're buying. When you're selling, that's when they're buying. And that's what you need to start thinking about. So let me throw that out there. That's what I got for you there. All right, let's go ahead and get over to the Daily DJ, and I give you guys the opportunity to vote. Let's do this. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Got our Jeopardy Daily DJ. Okay, here we go. Looking at Bitcoin on the 3-minute at 89,772 on 2-bit. And let me give you my little shill there. Use TF Save 20. You will save 20% on both your spot and futures trading fees. All right, so I'm helping you help me. We can work together. I'm saving you some money and you're making me some money. That's how it works. All right, I'll keep it real. I'm not gonna BS you. All right, so what are you guys at right now? 82% doom. You guys are scared. I'll tell you right now, 11 votes, 82. All right, you guys are just, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put 5 on it. Here you go. There's your 5. I will tell you, I'm thinking the inverse right now. I'll tell you why here when we get there, but we'll do it. Let's go ahead and put 5 on it because you guys want to. It's 45 minutes anyways. It could go your way. You never know which way it's going to go in 45 minutes. So we'll do that. 10x. Nope, that's not fun enough for us here. Is it? No, that's stupid. All right, let's go 20x. Let's see. We got 5 on it and short. Boom. That's because that's what you guys want to do. We got a market order. It's been filled and cool. We're isolated. Sweet. Don't do much TA on it, but what we will do at least at a minimum. Thank you 2-bit for giving me my TPs and my stop losses. All right. I whined and complained for you guys. And guess what? We got our way. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Trigger price must be lower. Oh, did I short? I think I might have shorted when I was supposed to long. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's because you guys you guys wanted to short. That's why. Gosh, I'm silly. In my mind, I was looking at this as a long because that's what I was looking at. There you go. Oh, God, that's... All right, stop loss is in. We'll put the TP down here. That's not even... It's not even a 1-to-1. We're going to have to bring it down here. All right, there you go. And then we'll update that. There you go. All right, there's your TP. There's your stop loss. It's in. I'm walking away. I'm letting it roll. You guys are up 1.48%. There you go. Good on you. Good on you. Let's go ahead and look at the heat map, and we'll get this so you guys can see it. There you go. All right, so where's the liquidity? Liquidity right now, we're all up in it. Okay, we're touching it all the wrong ways. Okay, so we didn't just dip our toes in it. We just said we're gonna swim in it. But we do have a little bit more below us at about 89.2, and then a little bit further down. But what happens right here? Dark AF. Okay, so what does that lead us to think? There could be a potential reversal right around this area. Now let's go to the charts. I want to look at the charts here and see how this coincides with the charts. Well, imagine that. Weird. Freaking weird. We already had this labeled as liquidity, right? We can see that because we come back left on the charts and we look where is the price action? Where is it respecting these areas? Where is the last swing low? Based on the swing low, as the price action works up and follows that trend line, right? As it was finding that ascending a level of support, what happens? This is all liquidity from here on down. Now that we've already dipped our toes in it or really just swam in it, all right, we are clearing out that liquidity. That's what we're getting right now. Now, we do know that there is some more liquidity down, right? You just come right here and you can see there is still some more liquidity. However, that being said, if we were to push up and continue to push up, I would actually look for a quick long. I think you can get pretty close to a 2-to-1. I don't know if it's going to be exactly a 2-to-1 if you're looking at the value area high. If you want to be conservative and front run it, beat the weekly pivot, and you want to kind of coincide with where some of this volume is, the value, is this the value area? Let me scroll out just a little bit. Yeah, it's okay. It's the val high. Let's update that real quick. Update that real quick. Man, this music is loud. Did I turn the music down? I did. Okay, so it's just loud for me. There we go. I can turn my own headphones down. God, I'm jamming right now. All right, so looking at this, if we get a push up, back up to the previous week pivot there, if we get a push up, there could be an opportunity for a very quick long intraday, nothing more. All right, take it up to the val high, and then you're out. So wham bam, thank you ma'am. That is a 1.69% return there. And it might even be a little lower, to be real with you. Probably 1.6 is probably a little bit more realistic, and it's just under 2. So up to you. Up to you if that's something you want to play here. You are seeing a reversal on the hourly for the chart prime indicators. CVD here is actually working down. But if you go to the 15-minute on Market Monkey Terminal, let me get this out of the way. One thing I am seeing here, CVD is working its way up. Open interests are working its way up. So fresh positions are coming into the market. And CVD is working up, which means there's more of a bias towards longs than shorts. So open interest, check. CVD, check. Start to work its way up, right? So to me, you're dipping into the liquidity. Now, it doesn't always clear out all of the liquidity. It doesn't have to go to the dark spot on the map where there's just no more liquidity. It can just take some, a majority of the liquidity. And when you start seeing the CVD start working its way up and you start seeing this open interest working its way up, then you know that there's the potential right there for potential reversal. All right. Well, shorter, right? Because we are not going to fight the trend. So one of the things that I do want you to fully understand is what's happening right now. The trend is showing you that we got lower highs, lower lows. Don't fight it. Okay, that's a really, really big part of this is do not fight it. Okay, so if it's showing you low, like where our trend is going down, then you don't want to fight that. So what I would be looking for here, if you were to take this, and I don't think this is the, I won't say this is an A+ setup by any means, but is it worth maybe taking a flyer at? Maybe. But you got to be really quick, I would say, with like, okay, the stop loss, you're looking at a 1% drawdown, 1.6. So it's not the ideal trade. But quickly, if you get over the previous week pivot, if the price action works its way back above one, you're going to, I won't say you're going to take it, but if you did take it, quickly get that stop loss to entry. Like if you get over the VWAP, I think I would be good with that, especially on the hourly. If you get over the VWAP, then quickly get the stop loss to entry and, play on house money. And if it comes back and stops you out, no big deal. Just wait for the next one. I will say that the higher probability play for me right now, given the trend, the way that we're working down, is actually probably a little bit closer to the point of control. Now, the thing that I'm not a huge fan of with the point of control is that you have the problem is right now, your pivot's right here. Okay, so again, you're looking at a potential 2 to 1. If you take it up to the previous week pivot, like if you think it's going to run up to there, 2.84, a lot better, 2.6%. It's just if you want to be conservative or not. And what I would say is there's different ways to play the game. All right, so if you want to play the game and you want to go up to where we have the swing low here or the pivot, at least currently, and you come back left here, this is one of the big keys, right? Where do we bounce? Almost dead on. What do we do? So okay, let me back this up. All right, well, I'll finish the thought. You could TP at that point, take your initial out, and then play on house money up to the previous week pivot. That's what I was gonna say. Now, the other thing is, what is this doing? This is coming right down, and what do we do? This is hilarious, almost. I mean, it's not hilarious, but it kind of is. So when you watch a lot of the YouTube traders, right, what do? They put their stop loss just below the wick. Okay? Stop loss just below the wick. What just happened to you if you put your stop loss below this wick right here? Right here. You want me to draw a horizontal line for you to show you what just happened? Right there. Okay, so it didn't actually, you can see where it's at. Anyways, it's right here. 89,195. Where did this go down to? This is what I try to teach people all the time. Let me get on that one. So 89,162. What does that mean? Well, that means you got stopped out, because a lot of people, they'll put their stop loss right below the wick. Now, yes, I do that, but I do that after this. After that, right? So if you get the wick down and you take liquidity off the table and you clear out those stop losses, then what we're doing is we're putting our entry where other people's stop losses are. And there's a higher probability in my mind that you can, I won't say in my mind, there's just legit a higher statistical probability that you will at that point see the market move in the direction that you thought it was going to move. All right, that's why a lot of people get stopped out when they play support and resistance only. It's not just about playing support and resistance, it's about playing the liquidity that is with the support and the resistance. Okay, understand that your support and resistance is there because of that previous wick, but then it's a matter of taking that liquidity off the table that the market maker has no more incentive to continue to chase that liquidity. So then you become part of the smart money, vice part of the retail money. All right, so let that happen first. Okay, so that's happened. Check. We can check that off the list right now. So then it's okay. So we cleared some liquidity off the table. Cool. I like that. Check. Got it. I had it at 89,199. We know it went down to 89,165. Cool. Now, do we get the buying pressure? Do we get the volume? Do we get the backing behind the move to validate the fact that price action should see a continuation to the upside now that there's no more incentive to chase that liquidity? Now you get the real move. All right. Now you get the real move. So that's what we're looking for now. All right. You could take that one. You could take that one. I do like this one better though. If we were to continue to go down and come down to about 87.6 in that range, POC of the range is at, where's this at? 89, or 87, we'll call it 87.5. All right, we'll use round numbers. About 87.5. Now you're giving yourself a nice little buffer, right? You're getting yourself a nice little buffer. Let's see. Let's go back to the liquidation heat map. And we're going to have to zoom out on this one. Let's go to the 1 month. Oh, man. If this loads, might not be good. Let me refresh real quick. All right, there we go. There's a lot of liquidity below us. 87, 86 and some change. Let's go to the charts. Go back. What was this? 86,550. 86,550 is what I got marked. Okay, cool. That one's gonna be tough, man. That one's gonna be tough. I like it better. The reason I like it better, the issue, man, this one's gonna be a little conflicting for me. I like it better because you have the POC and you have a high volume area node and you have horizontal support and resistance in that zone, right? If you scroll back and you look at the left, you can see the groupings of price action. Always a big thing for me. POC, high volume area node, all in that area. The problem is that the 86,550, let's go to 86,550. That sucks, man. That's, man. So you gotta, that's tough. So yeah, you would have to roll with something like I said before. You TP here, and then you look to play on house money up to the previous week pivot. You're gonna have to kind of tier that one. That's one of those times where you're gonna have to play it that way. It's the only way to take that one and like feel comfortable about it. Because I'm not super stoked on taking a 1.42. Now, that being said, I mean, we would be looking for price action to give us a pretty gnarly wick here, right? You would see a nice wick. That's what we'd be looking for down here, showing us that there is buying pressure that's going up. And then, you know, still, it's not the most comfortable thing. And we're going to be fighting the trend here. Honestly, the bias probably should be towards shorts. But that's a couple areas for you guys to look at. The one that we're at right now, right? If we get that buying pressure coming in and you see some volume behind that move, then there could be an opportunity to jump on something that works your way back up to the val high, the weekly pivot. But again, it's not something that I'm going to fight here. Obviously, I've already kind of mapped this out. I was looking for something like that. Coming back above the previous week pivot and looking for a move up. But, you know, now it's kind of a little bit of a waiting game. I don't know that I would jump right now. But let me see. CBD. What was the CBD doing on the 5 minute? It's working up, but it's not something that screams jump into a position right now, to be real with you. Let's look at USDT dominance and see if that tells us something. Where are we at right now? Nah. On the 4 hour, you guys can kind of see the horizontal here. Pretty clear, right? If you're grouping the price action, let's put a trend line right through it. Let's actually, we'll put a box. Might be easier. So there to there. Cool. So we're right up in it in terms of like grouping the price action between support and resistance levels. You can see the quick moves through the zones, right? But then you see support, you see resistance, support, and then breakout, retest, continuation, come back up and retest it, and then it just dropped, right? Now we're pushing right back into the zone, and you do have some volume here. Okay. 4 hour looks better than the hourly. But there's still a little room. There is still a little room. Let's look at total market cap, 2.99 trillion. So that's falling. That's not ideal. And you've lost the 200 and the 50 SMA, the daily 50 SMA, but you are coming back down to the trend line at about 2.95, and you do have some volume down here as well. So, man, I might stay away from the long right now. The initial long that we looked at, my confidence level is not high. I'll be real with you. The confidence level is not high on the first one, the first zone that we looked at. I'm gonna take that out. I think there's a little bit more room for the USDT dominance, and I think there's a little bit more room for total. That one's kind of tough. Let's go over the chat real quick. I say what's up to everybody. We got Infinite Team TA. What up, bro? Good to see you in the chat. Hope all is well with you. We got JR in here. We got Overcome 70x7. What up to you, dude? I got you. Let's go. We got Bruce Hilton. What up, man? Good to see you. 4-hour reset is going to come up a bit. Put a small long on Doge up so far. All right. Yeah. I mean, so this is a spot, right? You are showing an SFP right now on the 4-hour. That's not official though. But I mean, there's an opportunity for a bounce. There's an opportunity. The problem is, like, I'd be quick with it. And I wouldn't have more confidence in it until we break this previous week pivot. Right here at about 89,966 would make me feel a little bit better about the situation. And then moving on up to the Val high. But right now, you're in a scary place. You are in a scary place, to be reals with you. And yeah, there's a couple of reasons. Like I said, USDT dominance. You're pretty close. You're pretty close. I think there's a little bit more room for you there. In the total market cap, there's definitely a little bit more room for you there. I think that's probably the scarier of the two, right? Like, look at your ascending level of support that it has been honoring. I mean, I guess you could move, if you were to move it up here, even then you still got some room. You still got some room. But then you see the volume. If you're looking at the total market cap, 2.95, really, that's where your volume really picks up. And then that kind of, it kind of coincides with this ascending level of support. If you were to really, if you split the difference there, it's obviously, it's not going to be perfect. It's not always going to be to the wick. There's going to be a little bit of a range. But what you want to look at is, like, there is no volume in here. This is a gap. And then down to 2.95, is where it starts picking back up. So be careful. I'll say that. I will say that. Let's look at Doge. I'll look at Doge real quick. To be perfectly frank with you, though, like, for me, like, Bitcoin is the North Star, okay? So when I look at anything, I start my analysis with Bitcoin. Where can that go? Where can it find support? Where can it find resistance? And then I see, like, where is the parallels between some of the altcoins? Dude, these altcoins are getting pummeled, dude. Unbelievable. All right. Doge at 12. That was its happy place, I think, for a while there. There you go. That's where it had its last bounce, though, at about 11.7. So what'd you say you had? You have a long? Let me go back here. Trick Daddy TradeFly. Oh, God. What did I do? I think he said a long. I think he said he had a long one. Oh, you're out already? Okay. Got you. Yeah, smart, dude. In, out, wham, bam. Thank you, man. If you're taking a long against the trend, that's perfect. Okay? That is. I mean, like, I always say that. Like, if you're fighting the trend and you're going to take a position, get in, get out, Do not fight the trend. All right, so good on you if you got in and out. But we will look at Doge. We will look at Doge. Let's get rid of this. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit here. That's a nice little spot there at about 11 to 12 cents though. Just looking right here. Got some volume in there, and you can see both support and resistance. Again, I'm really big. Like I like horizontals, and I like grouping the price action. So you can see where it stayed above, stayed below, and then what'd you get? A breakout retest, and boom, off to the races. That lets me know that that's a pretty key level. All right, and then the October 10th thing happened. What a poop show that was. October 10th. I think that's honestly, guys, like real talk, I think that's probably been one of the biggest factors of why this market has the sentiment is so bad right now. And I think it has a lot to do with this right here. Billions of dollars were wiped out of the market. Like, exchanges were crushed. Because you got to understand, small exchanges, like, they're taking leverage positions from bigger exchanges like Binance. So who wins? Only one person wins. It's Binance. Because those smaller exchanges are, again, taking leverage positions from Binance, right? They're actually betting against you if you guys don't realize it. The exchanges, the smaller exchanges, are betting against you. And they got liquidated on October 10th. And then look at the trend. Look at the trend since then. Since October 10th, it's been shit. Absolute poop. This is October 10th, by the way. This wick right here. So anyways, we are, I mean, for Doge, you're in a decent spot, like for a potential area of support, we'll say. Looking down just a little bit more, is there an area I like more? Where's the most volume? Look at that, man. So about where your wick came down to, about 8.5. Look at the volume associated with that area. So how does that align? Let's see. Let's go right straight across. I like that actually a lot. So I'm just looking, hey, where did you start? Looking at area of resistance here, resistance, comebacks, breaks out, retests that area of resistance, flips it to support, and then off and away, eventually coming back down, retesting that area again, and then we never looked back until October 10th, which was a massive liquidation event. Also, you have the most volume in that area. Right there at about 8.5. So what would I be looking at? Like if you want to stack some Doge, now I know this is not what my guy just did here. He took a trade on it, quick in, wham bam, thank you ma'am kind of deal. However, that being said, if you're looking at stacking some Doge, like I wouldn't be against laddering in to a position, right? Riding the market like this. It's obviously not looking great right now. The potential is it could come down to 8.3 or so. You know, putting a limited order out there for 8.5 cents on Doge, something that's going to stick around. Like everybody knows Doge. There's only like a few cryptos that people know. Like the vast majority of people, they know about 3 cryptos. And they don't even call it Doge. They call it the dog coin, right? So, anyways, I mean, you're looking at, yeah, about 8.2, 8.3 in that area for Doge. Like, I may not be totally against, especially because, you know, there's going to be some liquidity down here as well. I might not be against picking up, you know, a little bag of Doge down at that area. All right. Teddy, what up, man? Good to see you in the chat here. Hope all is well. All right. Steve Hickey, my dude. What up, man? Good to see you. And of course, Wick's wife is in the chat. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Tricka tricka TradeFly. Bruce Hilton, what up? What up? Oh. All right, all right. The House of Trades, man, showing some love. Thank you very much, man. I am truly impressed of how you dive into the charts, man. And also, thanks for the support. No, thank you. I appreciate that. $23.99. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Again, check out House of Trades. Like I said, if you guys are looking for an exchange, you might have the hookup. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. All right, let's look at Solana real quick. Because I know the market's coming down. You know, you guys know the spot. If you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know the spot. You know the spot. And we also got to play a little song here. Here we go. All right. Here it is. You can see we have our little area kind of highlighted already. Right down to about 123, 120. Really, 121 is really the spot that I always say. Like, if anybody ever asks me about Solana, I tell them 121. And then you guys already know, I was like, hey, good probability. We come down to 121, we go up to 140. That is what we did. So we failure pattern, cleared out liquid. I'm telling you guys, I'm trying to tell you, look, you see it over and over again. Where's liquidity? Right there. Like, this is where it was in this green zone. What do? The price comes up, it takes the liquidity, and then it says, thank you for your money. I'm going to go back down here and I'm going to grab this liquidity. And then I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to grab that liquidity. And then it just like bounces back. That's what comes in waves. But over and over again, it's just, I mean, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. So you're looking at the daily right here, took liquidity, SFP, bearish engulfing. What does that tell you? Where probability is we come back down. So now we're looking at this zone down here. And I mean, do we come actually down here? So this is the thing. We may not come down here and take this, right? Because we've already taken liquidity right here. Like, that's already gone, right? That's gone. So do we come back down and now take this liquidity? I don't necessarily know why, because let's clear all this out. Because all of this from here now to here was liquidity, all right? Because what are they doing? They're taking positions on the way up. How are they driving the price up? Because they're taking positions. They're taking long positions to drive the price up. So all of that here is going to be, you know, people putting stop losses, leverage positions. Where is the highest amount of liquidity? Down here, obviously. Do they need to take all of it to feel comfortable? No, not necessarily. And that is why some people look at volume too, right? Like, where is the most volume within this move to the upside? That is something that people are always looking at as well, right? They're looking at like, okay, cool. Like, is a lot of the volume with this, or is a lot of the volume with this move right here? You know, sometimes there's more volume here than there is here at the swing low. And that's something that you have to take into consideration. It may not be worth coming all the way back down because it takes money. You got to understand that too. Like, if they're taking a position against you or they're betting against you, like they do that, it takes money to push the market, right? To drive the market. They're taking loans against you. That's what they're doing, if you don't realize that. So anyways, Down to the 0.786. That's at about 123. Man, that would be interesting. I mean, honestly, what I was doing before is just like 121. I didn't even give a shit about where it went relative to 121. I was just like 121, hit 121, hit 121, hit 121. Like I was just playing 121. Like it was really dumb. And it's paid multiple times here. And setting a bit of a higher, I mean, it's not much of a higher high, but here nor there, setting a bit of a higher high, not bad, right? So what's the expectation with this movement of price action right now is that you're going to have consolidation in a range. That's the expectation, right? That's what we're expecting. It's a matter of when we break out. When we break out, then you formulate a bias. So can you play the range? Yeah, you can play the range. But then when we're done with that, when you actually get a breakout of price action, whether it breaks to the top side here or the bottom side here, then it's like, okay, breakout retest. What are we looking for? The retest there, continuation. Or up here, same thing. Breakout retest, continuation, right? So that is how like you can play this game, be wrong, get back in and be right. So if you're looking for, hey, I'm going to play this range. I'm going to beat up this range, right? You got the lows, you got the highs, you're consolidating, got it, cool. You're playing the range. And then you actually get a breakout. Well, one, we already know that if we're putting our stop just below that range, yeah, you'll get stopped out, but then you'll probably have an impulsive move to the downside. Impulsive move, you're going to have a big body candle that pushes its way through the zone, looks a little bit more like this than that, right? So you're going to look at something, maybe a little bit closer to this. The difference between this and what we're looking at is that you would want to see this kind of come up here and then see that selling pressure come back in, right? And when you see that selling pressure come back in, which is markedly different, then you would be looking at taking that short position. So very, very different than this right here. So again, candles will talk to you. You're going to see it. That's what you should be looking for here. But again, you can play this range and try to pogo it back and forth. Like I wouldn't be against that. I wouldn't judge you. And again, that's, that can go, what is it, high as 148, but really, let's get rid of all this now because it's clouding it up. We'll put a fixed range volume profile on that. So when do we establish the range? Right here. Where are we at now? Oh, wrong one. There we go. Cool. So there you go. So conservatively, right? Like if you want to take the Frankie Candles approach, you just kind of play the val low, the val high, and you play that zone, in there. And you can even see where the POC is actually a factor within it as well, right? You can see moving down, even though you got this big wick, the candle close is still below the POC, and you can see where it's interacting with the POC right here before it actually makes a move up. So, that could be an option. That could be an option. This could have just been the liquidity grab right here, and that may be off the table for Solana. 0.786 looks to be an area with some potential for Solana. 0.786 right now is at about 123. So what would I do? The problem for me, I like to see liquidity grabs, right? So when I was talking about Solana here, I was like, hey, don't be surprised. Just a liquidity grab, come back and go up to 140. Like this is me. This would be where I'm interested, right? Because we grab liquidity. I don't know if you're going to see that again. Because a lot of times you'll come back down, retest the zone. You don't necessarily come back down and take the liquidity after the liquidity has already been taken, right? So it just depends on how much piled in from there to there for Solana. You may not see it twice. But that being said, if I was interested in a trade for Solana, I would like it to see it come back down, sweep the lows. But you're talking about 116, 117. Sweep the lows, take the liquidity that's just below, right? The people that put their stop losses down here, the people that took leverage positions below here. That would be interesting to me for taking a position. Problem is, you got to look for an impulsive candle. Like if you get an impulse move down, right? Big body candle, like very strong with volume coming down, invalidate it. Don't do that. Don't be silly. Like this right here, and this is on the daily. Look at that. Look at that butte right there. All right, so you got a bullish engulfing, right? Bullish engulfing as your candle, right? After the swing low. And it's not just after the swing low, because you don't know there's a swing low. Let's be real about it. You don't know that's going to be the swing low. You don't know that that's going to be the pivot. What you do know, when it was down there, is that this was liquidity. We do know that. From right here, we know that right there was liquidity. And so once the price action went down through it, and then we reestablished the zone, right? You hear me say that all the time. You got a bullish engulfing, reestablish the zone. That is where you think about taking a position. You put your stop loss below, and then you look to ride it up. And we talked about 140 being that area to ride it up to. It played out perfect. So, that's, for me, A+ setup. We come down, we take the liquidity that's left. That's A+ setup for me, taking the rest of the liquidity, but I don't know that that's going to happen. So it's going to be tough. I'm not trading the middle of the zone. I'm not interested in really jumping in the middle of the zone, to be real with you. Like it's not something that I necessarily want to do. Now this one up here was more interesting because SFP right above, right? So, I mean, that's perfect. And then what'd you get right here? Unbelievable. What'd you get? This candle, subsequent candle, was what? A bearish engulfing, right? Fully engulfed the previous candle, the one that actually came up and swept liquidity. Odds are, statistically, it's going down. Now, for me, if I was looking at this trade, now in full transparency, I was not in this trade on Solana, but it's good learning, right? Like, benefit of hindsight's a beautiful thing. I got it. But looking at it, what would I have done? Like, if I was looking at this, like, I would not have taken it past the Val low. Real talk. And honestly, I may not. Real talk. Let's keep it real. Looking at this, I would have been scared of the POC. Why would I have been scared of the POC? Well, one, it's the POC. And then two, you got your high volume area node. Out of all of this, you got your highest volume right there. So that one would have been a little bit nerve-wracking. I probably would have took, at minimum, you get to the POC, what do? Get that stop loss entry. All right, get the stop loss entry, play on house money, and if it comes back and stops you out, fine. We'll live to fight another day. We'll find another trade setup. And then you see if it rides down to the value area low, which it did in this case. In this case, it did. But this is one of those times where, like, you got to be smart about it. And, like, this is the sauce, right? Thinking about being smart as you're trading. Think about how do you actually be fluid through your trades is a very, very important part of this. Very important part. And I don't know that it gets enough lip service, when there's content creators talking through some of this, right? They're just like, hey, here's your entry, here's your exit, told you I was right. But like, how do you actually get through the trade? What is the thought process? Well, the thought process is here. If I get to the POC, I'm going to move that stop loss to entry to protect myself, because there is a statistical probability that the POC may actually act as support, and you have a high volume area which could act as support. We don't know whether it is or it isn't at this point when you're entering the trade. So it's something that you have to take into consideration when you're executing the trade. What happened though is you got an impulse move through, you got a strong candle through the POC, through the high volume area or the high volume node, right? So you got a nice move through that zone, which makes you feel comfortable about staying in. But one way or another, if I would have gotten to that area, I would have moved stop loss to entry. That's an important piece, right? But I would have been nervous of that area getting into that trade, only because, you know, it could have just bounced off. You had a lot of momentum coming back up to that zone. If you were to come back to the POC and see continuation, right? Like, that's something you're taking into consideration. Come there and then what? Continue the move. It's highly probable. And then let's take a fib retracement. Where's that bring you to? That's the low. What about this one? Is that a high then a low? So I mean, there's an argument to be said close to the 382 as well. Depends on which low you want to take there. All subjective. You can cherry pick it any way you want. But here nor there, pretty close to the 382, right? Bullish continuation. So anyways, Solana. I would say if I was really interested in taking something on Solana, I would prefer to see the liquidity down here at about 116, 117 get cleared out. And then we're looking for something very, very similar to what transpired here. Let's clear all this shit out. Oh, didn't want to clear that out. Let's bring that back. But I do want to get all this stuff out of the way. All right, so what are we actually looking for here? That whole diatribe of information comes down, takes liquidity, comes up, cool, boom, up, POC. Right? Just like this. Just like this. See that? Just like that. Right up to about pretty close to 140. We're going to call it 139, 138 and some change now. Okay, so 138. Let's front run it. Let's just call it 138. Is that going to be something that's worth our time? Let's find out. And this is part of it, right? Like when you start to look at these trades, you got to find out, is it even worth like wasting your time on it? Especially if you have a 9 to 5. 12.96, we'll call it 12% move at 2.57 risk to reward, and with fees, right? You got to understand 0.06 on the way in, way out for you guys. You're looking, I mean, you'll cover your fees, so you'll get a 2 to 1. You'll get a 2 to 1, and you could look at a potential 12% move to the upside, 5% move to the downside. Are you using leverage on this? I'd say no. All right, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't use leverage on this because you 5% drawdown, and then you're looking at a 12% move to the upside. Conservative way, protect your capital, right? That's a big rule here. Protect your capital. So that's what I would be looking for if I would look at a trade on Solana, which I might. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing right now. That's the 15 minute. Let's look at the 5. I just want to see what CBD is doing. Yeah, CBD is still working its way up. I would say, man, there's an opportunity to break here. CBD is still working up. Open interest is starting to go horizontal. That's fine. It's actually fine, to be honest with you. But the continuation, horizontal price action, but CBD is still working its way up. So, I mean, pressure. The pressure would be to actually have a little bit of upside momentum here. go fishing. I say that sometimes for trading. Like I'm gonna do a little fishing here. Dump, baby. What? What's it to dump? All right. Aerofostes. Hello, sir. New here coming from Alex Discord. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, bro. Thank you for being here. We got Dusty Hunt in the house. What up, dude? Good to see you as well. Sorry, it took me a while to say what's up to you. POC, yeah, you know me. Let's go. Alright, so that's Solana in a nutshell. Spent way too much time on that. Look at a couple, just like a couple TradeFly. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Haven't looked at the NASDAQ in a while. Alright, a lot of volume there at 23,478. Zoom out a little bit. Ah, I mean, I see a spot for you right there. If you guys are looking, if you're NASDAQ kind of peoples, top of the range, you guys know I like that. Retest. So if you're looking at high volume and top of the range, what? Why did you do that? There you go. So there you go. You got both volume, you got top of the range retest, and let's do a fib retracement. Even though some people call it Mickey Mouse shit, that's all right. 0.382 bullish continuation, come back down to about 20.5. So anywhere from 20 to 20.5. Probably a nice little spot. If you guys want to, I believe it might be TSQQ or TQQ. TQQ. There you go. TQQ. QQ. So there you go. You could, it's basically a leveraged NASDAQ position. You can look at that. But again, for TQQ, you're looking probably at about 46.85, and you got the moving averages working its way up. Let's see. Let's do the fib on this one. Yeah, 0.382 bullish continuation. So there you go. I like that a lot for the TQQ. A whole lot. Come down here. 0.382. Got the moving averages. 0.382. Boom. Come back up. At least retest the bottom of the range, but potentially up to at least right here, right? Where you see this little consolidation period at about 55, 56. Might be a nice little play. Let's do a little measurement. Woo-hoo. Woo. Y'all ain't gonna be mad about that. 25%. Let's see what the bottom of the range is. A little bit more conservative. 14%. Yeah, take that. Fucking all day. All day. I might look at that. I might start dabbling more into TradeFly a little bit. Kind of build the audience. Because the TA is the TA. It works. Works on any of this stuff. It's just a matter of doing it on other assets. Let's see. Looking at Tesla real quick. Got your moving averages here on the daily. Got the 200 working its way up. 0.382. And man, anywhere in that zone right there, I kind of like. Right there. Really between, really the 0.5 to the 0.382. A little bit of a zone there. One, you can see the trend is kind of working its way up very aggressively. Very aggressively for Tesla. Moving averages are working its way up. 0.382, bullish continuation. And you have support and resistance in that zone as well. So where is that at? I'd say about 380, about 383. Moving averages, 370. So you probably move that up too, right? Like I'm not, there you go. I'm not against that. And that's actually the top of that range there. Come down just a little. 367. All right. Yeah, come down. Ooh, that might actually be nice. That might actually be nice. You come down, you take this liquidity right there. Moving averages, looks like there's going to be good confluence between there. They're kind of aggressively moving up and right. Now they will flatten out as price action comes down. They'll flatten out a little bit. That could be a nice little spot. Could be a nice little spot. The problem is, oh, that is not what I wanted. Oh, geez. There we go. Let's do this again. Down, take liquidity, and back to the bottom of the range. There you go. Essentially where you're at right now. Take to the bottom. Is that going to be enough? Let's measure that out. Yeah, that's not bad. 5% move. On Tesla? No, a lot of these people are using a lot more capital. Not really leverage plays, but more capital for sure. You can see some volume in that area. Look at that, it spikes right there. Right about where you're at right now. Right now you're at about 419. Coming down, so you would be looking at about 392 up to about 411 or so, and that's about 5%. Not so bad. Not so bad. Now this is one thing I like to do. So when I'm looking at a lot of the, obviously it's not gonna be perfect, right? Like you could take these two, you know, the lows here and be like, okay, connect these, right? But when I'm looking at a trend, one of the things I like to do is like what intersects with more of the price action than anything else. And I find a lot of times that you're more likely to react to the area that has more interactions with the price action. So like if you move it up a little bit here, like these could be anomalies, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll call it 9. And then we're at now 10. So 10 times it's interacted with an ascending level of support. 10 times. It could be a valid argument if you took just from this low to this high. Where you at right now? Take the wick. You're still pretty close to the golden pocket. Not really where I'm interested, to be honest with you. But you know, ascending level support, golden pocket. I mean, there could be an argument to be made of seeing, you know, a bounce at the current level at about 419. Plus, you come back to the left, maybe a little bit more dip to take a little bit of liquidity. No, that's not even a great argument for liquidity, honestly. I like this area better. Right? There's nothing that's forcing my hand saying I got to take a trade. I think you'll get a pretty quick move down. If you break this ascending level support, you'll probably get a quick move down, 0.382, and then look for a little bounce, retest the bottom of the range, kind of like a confirmation of or breakout retest. So a little 5% move. I like it for Tesla. All right, let's look at Ethereum real quick, and then I'm gonna get out of here. We're already over an hour. See how you guys are looking on your you guys are up 2.84%. Look at you. What'd you guys, oh you guys short it. Look at you guys. You guys are in the positive right now, it looks like. Unless this hasn't... Is this need to update? Let me refresh the screen real quick. Sometimes 2-bit gets a little janky. Nope, yeah. No, you're good. You're good. 3.81. So daily DJing, you guys are positive right now. Look at you. All right, let's look at Ethereum. Sitting level of support, lost that. Poof. That's an impulse move. That invalidates any trade that you're looking at for bouncing out of there. You do have some liquidity down at 2,600. I mean, that's going to be the area I'm looking at, really. Ooh, there's a couple things down here I like. Let's talk about it. All right, we know we have liquidity. Let's move this down just a little bit here. This might just be marking the 28 to 2,900 area, but what we do know is we have liquidity right here at 2624. And you have a high volume area, right? And this dates back. So this dates back. You got a high volume area. You got a naked POC, right? We did not touch it. You got a naked POC. You got a high volume area all around 2,600. You got liquidity. A lot of things are lining up for what's a little bit of a bounce. So it's a matter of figuring out. Let's get rid of that right there. That's stupid. All right. So there's an opportunity to come down, get a little bit of a bounce, but understanding like where we're at with price action, like it's short-lived again. Short-lived. Let's go, let's a little bit lower time frames. Let's go to the 4 hour. We'll look at that. The problem, or what I'm trying to figure out right now by looking at this on the 4 hour is like where's the exit, right? Like looking at an entry, cool. We got a good spot, 2,600. We got liquidity. We got high volume. We got negative POC. Got it. Great place to start looking for an entry. But where are we looking for the exit? And that's where it gets a little tougher. High volume area node. Like, are we just going to use the previous high volume area node? I mean, or the value area high? Sorry about that. The value area high. We'll have to bring this up, obviously. If we were to bring it to the val low of the previous range, that's 1.57. I don't like that. That's tough. It's really about where the wick actually comes down to. I mean, because like if it only comes down, you know, 1.8 or 2%, I mean, that's valid. That's tough. I don't know about that one because like there's not a lot of confluence in terms of like, hey, where are we gonna bounce? Like it's not like you're coming down to a moving average. You're not coming down to a good like Fibonacci retracement level. I mean, you might honestly just be looking for the short to be realsies. If you got in right here at the high, ooh, 14%. Oh, jeez. Coming down to the POC, that's 15. That's a 1-to-1. Nope. Not interested in that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, like I would probably look for a bounce out of this zone. But like, I wouldn't say it's one of those moves where I'm like, there's a lot of conviction behind it. Does that make sense? I mean, I think probability, yeah, if it comes down here, you're probably going to see a bounce. But like where it goes, that's going to be the issue. That is going to be the issue. All right. Not something I'm going to think about right now, to be honest with you. All right. Yo, JR, what up, dude? Good to see you in the chat. All right. I think I'm... Oh, let's look at strategy real quick. Because you're down in the platinum pocket, POC of the range. We highlighted this area before at about 160. Man, that's tough. Strategy's getting beat up. I think they just bought some more Bitcoin as well, but you are getting to an area that you should see some support. You should see some support here, theoretically, for strategy. All right, fam. I think it's time to wrap it up. Let's go ahead and close out the 2-bit short. You guys got it open. You're up 3.98%. We're gonna go and close that out. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We'll go ahead and flash close it. And there you go. Close that short. Got it. I think it's time. I think it's time to bounce. But come on over to the Discord, like, subscribe, do all the good stuff, do all the fun stuff that helps the channel. I would appreciate that. Giving you guys the sauce, giving you guys the alpha. You know, I'm not holding back on you. I'm literally looking at the charts with you here on the show and in the Discord. What I'll do is I'll just take the stuff that I look at on the show, I'll put it in the Discord. So come over there if you guys, you know, if you want to just get pictures of what we talked about today, or if you missed the show, you can come over there and get that information as well. Just create a 2-bit account. If you create a 2-bit account, you get access to some other traders as well. So you got FJ Trading, you got HRJ Trading, you got Crypto Squid in there. All those dudes are dropping TA analysis signals, and they're fire. Like it. Hold on, I will show you this real quick before I get out of here. Show you this real quick. Let's go to FJ. I know. Come on, dog. I'm just saying, this man just hit a 4,000% trade. You're done. You're done for the year. You're done for the year. Lose a couple, it don't matter. If you hit a 4,000% banger, what else do you need? Anyways, come over to the Discord. Check these guys out, man. They're dropping some fire setups. And we're trying to automate it all too, right? So these dudes will post these setups. We're trying to automate it so that it automatically does it, and you don't even have to think about it. You don't even have to pay attention. That is the dream. We're out on the beach. We're drinking margaritas. We're sipping, and we're watching the kids run around, jumping in the ocean, and the trading happens by itself. That's the dream, right? Come on over to the Discord, get a little bit of that. Hope everyone has a great one. Much love to you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for dealing with my crazy butt. Much love to you guys. With that being said, it is time for me to get out of here. I hope everyone has a good one. I'm out. Trade safe. Be safe. I'm out of here.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.